When a dashing young bachelor comes to town, everyone is excited. But when he casts his eye on their daughter, a well-established family starts to panic. Why? Because their daughter is the least marriageable one. In fact, she's been known to call the rich man disagreeable. And he does not take kindly to being disagreed with. Could this be the end of their hopes for an advantageous match? Will their daughter learn that pride comes before a fall? And can a good heart overcome a disagreeable pride? Hello, friends. Today we are talking about the classic novel Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Coming up, this is episode number 1 of our series on classic novels. Go to our support page. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, consider subscribing to get notifications whenever we release new videos. So let's dive right in. It's no secret that I love Pride and Prejudice. Its characters are iconic, its dialogue witty, and its romance absolutely swoon-worthy. There are countless movie and television adaptations and even parodies of this adored novel. But how did this novel come about? What was the writing history of Pride and Prejudice? And what are some interesting facts about the novel and its enduring legacy? So grab your copy and let's talk about it. Back then, reputation and marriage prospects were everything, especially for women. To marry or not to marry was not the question. The question was, who would you marry? Enter the Bennet family with 5 unmarried daughters. For Mr. Bennet, it's all a game. He watches his daughters parade around the countryside, catching the eye of every eligible bachelor. Mrs. Bennet is a different story. She is obsessed with marrying off her daughters, preferably to rich men. In fact, she lives for the day when she can say, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." For her, the only thing standing between her daughters and a happy marriage is, well, everything. Then enter Charles Bingley, a rich bachelor looking for love. Soon he falls head over heels for the eldest Bennet sister, Jane. But can they overcome the obstacles of societal expectations, family rivalries, and the meddling of a mother who just wants the best for her children? Not so fast. There's also Elizabeth, aka Lizzie, the second eldest Bennet sister. She's smart, independent, and has a sharp tongue which lands her in hot water when she meets the wealthy and proud Mr. Darcy. He may be rich, but he's also disagreeable, aloof, and condescending, and Lizzie is not afraid to tell him so. From the moment they meet, there's a palpable tension between them, a clash of wills that neither of them is willing to back down from. But beneath the surface, something else is happening. Despite their pride and prejudice against each other, they can't help but admire the qualities that they despise. Can they learn to look beyond their first impressions and see the real person beneath the surface, with hilarious results? Let's look at some of the themes in Pride and Prejudice. First, of course, we have Pride and Prejudice. Throughout the novel, Austen brilliantly satirizes the ways in which pride and prejudice can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and missed opportunities. Both Elizabeth and Darcy are guilty of this, and they must learn to confront their own biases in order to find happiness. Second, we have love and relationships. From the passionate love between Jane and Bingley to the slow-burning romance between Elizabeth and Darcy, Pride and Prejudice is full of heartwarming moments that celebrate the power of love. Austen's nuanced portrayal of relationships is one of the reasons why the novel is so beloved by readers even today. Third, we have society and class. Austen was a master of social commentary, and she uses her novel to poke fun at the rigid social hierarchy of her time. She also explores the ways in which societal expectations can constrain the choices of her characters. Lastly, we have personal growth. At its heart, Pride and Prejudice is a story about self-discovery and personal growth. Both Elizabeth and Darcy undergo significant transformations throughout the novel as they learn to confront their own flaws and grow as individuals. How has your opinion of the novel changed since then? Also, tell us which version of Pride and Prejudice is your favorite. Is it the book, the 1995 miniseries, the 2005 movie adaptation? Let us know down below. And finally, tell us which character from Pride and Prejudice you think is the most well-developed. Is it Elizabeth, Darcy, someone else? Why? I'll start. My favorite character is definitely Elizabeth. She is such a strong-willed and intelligent woman, which is not always easy to come by in literature, especially during the time that this book was written. She doesn't just sit around waiting for a man to save her. Instead, she takes charge of her own destiny and fights for what she believes in. Plus, her wit and sense of humor make her a joy to be around. Speaking of wit, let's talk about the dialogue in Pride and Prejudice. The witty repartee between Elizabeth and Darcy is legendary. They just have this back and forth banter that is so clever and playful. It's clear that they're attracted to each other, but they also really enjoy engaging with each other intellectually. It's refreshing to see a relationship that's not just based on physical attraction, but also on a deep connection and respect for one another. But what about the ending? Does it feel rushed or earned? I personally think that the ending is perfect. After all the ups and downs that Elizabeth and Darcy go through, their final moments together are so satisfying. It's clear that they've grown as individuals and as a couple, and they are able to express their true feelings for each other without any of the pride or prejudice that once stood in their way. The novel ends on such a hopeful note, and that's exactly what makes Pride and Prejudice such a classic love story. And finally, let's talk about the themes of Pride and Prejudice. One of the most important themes, of course, is, well, pride and prejudice. Austen does such a great job of showing how these two seemingly harmless traits can actually be very destructive. Elizabeth and Darcy both have to learn this lesson the hard way, but in the end, they come out of it with a much deeper understanding of themselves and others. Another important theme is the importance of family. The Bennets and the Darcys come from very different backgrounds, but they both have a profound impact on the lives of the main characters. Family ties can be complicated, but they can also be incredibly strong and supportive. In conclusion, Pride and Prejudice is not just a love story, it's a story about overcoming pride, embracing vulnerability, and finding love where you least expect it. It's a novel that still feels fresh and relevant 2 centuries later, and its characters continue to capture the hearts and minds of readers worldwide. So step into Jane Austen's world of elegance, wit, and unforgettable romance. Grab your copy today and experience why this novel has enchanted readers for over 200 years. And now it's time for the call to action. If you enjoyed this exploration of Pride and Prejudice, like this video, and subscribe to The Reader's Mind for more timeless romantic journeys. Until next time, happy reading and thanks for watching. Bye.